Hey guys, Evander here, back with another video. Today I'm excited to be installing some mud flaps on the Model Y Juniper. We haven't had any rainy season yet for this Model Y, but it's on the way. So I would hate to see all that backsplash fly up onto the Juniper once that rainy season starts. So I'm going to help my buddy out here and we're going to install these mud flaps. It's got a nice rubbery texture. I'm just feeling that. But these are from Teslaunch. Thank you guys for sending these over for review. And for you, you can use code REDNAVE. That's going to get you guys 10% off mud flaps or anything else from Teslaunch's website. Check them out in the description below. And thank you, it does help support the channel. So we've got everything here in these little bags. Very affordable, less than $10 per mud flap. So easy solution if you're trying to spare yourself from having to clean your Juniper off every single time you drive through a puddle. So let's get in close and I'll show you just how easy to put on one of these and then we'll finish off the rest of them. All right, first thing you want to do is identify which ones are the rear. The rears have these little tabs coming off here with a hole, and the front ones do not have that little tab hanging off the sides. So I'm going to start on this rear mud flap over here. Going to line up just like that. Before I get in here though, as clean as this Juniper is, it's still kind of dirty in there. So you might want to wear some gloves. No tools are provided, so you might need to grab a couple things that might help you. I would suggest a flathead screwdriver. I happen to have this prying tool set, which has come in handy. Let's see if I can use that. And we want to get in here underneath the original Tesla pins. Those pop right out. There is a little, a notch, I guess you could call it. All you got to do is really poke that little notch. There we go. Pops right out and it's undamaged, so you can reuse these. They did give us some new pins, so I'm going to set these aside for the owner. He can put these in a little baggie, throw them in the trunk, something like that. But we also have to remove a bolt underneath here. That's what this little tab is for. So we're going to connect to those two pinholes I just took out. We've got a little piece of metal that's going to kind of latch onto this part of the trim up here. And then we're going to use that bolt underneath here. So let me see if I can show you underneath the bumper here. We've got a little bolt here. I'm going to use this 10 millimeter little socket wrench I've got here. And, oops, first we're going to loosen it. But yeah, you're going to need a 10 millimeter socket wrench. And came right out. We're going to reuse this, so keep that handy. In fact, we're going to pop the mud flap on and screw that right back in. There it is. Kind of falls into place. Ooh, I can see over here the trim has a tiny little notch because it fits right perfectly on top of that bumper, so you can use that as a guide. Follow that. And then make sure, yep, that's going to, hopefully I'm not blocking the shot. That lines up perfectly with that bolt. So, can put that back in. And I'm going to put it in a little loosely because I do need to put the pins in on the front side. So I'm not going to tighten it up completely quite yet. Let's pop those front pins in. Then we'll finish it up and tighten that one up. All right, we're going to need 2 pins for this one. Each of them, we got like the major pin itself and then kind of a little screw that goes into it. So first thing we're going to do is put the little insert into the hole, match it up, then get the screw part and go through that center and just push. Bam. Easy peasy. Same thing for the other hole. And then right through the center of that one. Sorry if I'm covering the shot. There we go. Easy push. You don't have to even drill or screw anything in there. It's just a push insertion. Lastly, we follow these up. Got these little metal clamps. And this is, you see it here, hopefully. There's a little like notched area indicating where this should go. And the trick is this is going to go around the mud flap and behind this plastic trim here. So you're going to basically pinch both of them together. If you pull this up and it's only attached to the mud flap, you did it wrong. You need to take it off and get it behind this other plastic. That's going to keep this from going anywhere on there nice and good. Again, lastly, I can tighten up that bolt now on the bottom, and that ain't going nowhere. Perfect. Now I'm going to repeat the exact same thing on the other rear area, and then I'll show you how to do the front. All right, these front mud flaps are even easier since we do not have to unscrew anything underneath. It simply uses 2 pins and a little metal clamp. Out goes 1 Tesla pin, and there's 1 more. Another. All right, I'm gonna get my new pins ready to go on the side. Pop this baby on. And it's got a very nice rubbery feel to it. It's not like a hard plastic. It does have a little bit of give to it, which is nice. Means it's not gonna snap if you like run over them, hit a curb or something. They're not gonna shatter. But it is strong enough to keep water at bay. All right, same thing, get the pin. Try not to block the shot. Push it in. Very simple. I bet you could do all 4 of your tires in less than 20 minutes. And make sure that's on there. Yes, it is. Perfect. And then just mirror the same thing on the opposite, on the passenger side. Super simple, very easy. And done. Super easy install. Again, I bet you could do it in 20 minutes or less. The hardest part's getting those bolts out from underneath for the rears, but even that is pretty damn simple. 2 pins each, plus the little metal clamp. And now, this Juniper is ready for the rainy season. It's gonna be so much nicer, a lot less of that backsplash from driving through some dirty puddles. She's gonna be nice and shiny and new looking for a very long time. Gonna help keep things looking pristine. So again, if you guys are interested in these, a link in the description below. And be sure to use RedKnave. Saves 10% off these or anything else from Teslaunch's website. Absolutely love them. As you can see here, they are so well fit. It even has like a little notch that sits right here on this little lip. So these are perfect, custom made for the Juniper. Beautiful. All right, guys, be sure to like, follow, subscribe. More Model Y Juniper and Cybertruck content always on the way. I will see you in the next video. Take care.